Gary said he's been doing the intros and stuff. I hate the sound of my own voice so much. I don't really go back and listen to these very often. Like I'll let them build up and then go back and listen. So I have no idea what he's doing. We love you, Gary. I'm guessing you're doing the intro. But we'll do a quick hey, hello, how are you? We'll start with Keo. Hello, you're on the top right of my Discord, so you get to go first. How are you? Intro time. Ta-da.
My favorite, the model kit that I've been waiting for since November finally arrived. So it's like, yeah.
Okay, which one is it? I'm sure the audience that, the two people that listen want to know.
It is
We love you.
It is the MGEX Strike Freedom. It is unnecessarily expensive for what it is, but I don't care because it's my favorite unit, and I have a tattoo of it. So
it looks very flashy.
It is so bougie.
Ian, hello. How are you? How's Xander?
I'm doing good. A little tired, but I'm good.
How's Xander doing? You're in a little bit of a predicament.
Xander is okay.
What is currently going through his mind? Like, does he have a plan, or is he just 100% winging it?
You want to know what's going through Xander's mind?
I do.
Oh boy, here I go killing again.
Love it. That's why I asked. I knew it was going to be good.
The gif from Hot Fuzz where the dude's just loading the shotgun. He's like, shame. That's pretty much Xander right now. I was like, you should have believed me. Shame.
I love it. I'm here for it. I planned for it. Sandy, how are you? How's Mr. Stabby? Also,
I'm good. Mr. Stabby is ready to attack the Minotaur. Turn his back to him. So he's getting ready. I'm back from New York, so it's nice to be back in the warmer climate. And I'm enjoying right now watching The Last of Us.
Ooh, I need to watch it. I was waiting for a couple episodes to build up so I could binge watch it.
It's really good so far.
And what's going through Mr. Stabby's head right now?
Mr. Stabby? Oh, okay. You're talking about Stabby.
Yes, that Mr. Stabby.
Yeah, right now he's just thinking about killing this Minotaur so he can get on with the mission. He's been waiting for too long in the shadows in the bush, so he's kind of itching to get some action in.
So I feel like the collective brain cell is saying, oh boy, here I go killing again. I mean, you guys have more than one, but the hive mind, the stabbing hive mind.
There is no stabbing hive mind. Kaylin is very annoyed because she was so close.
You were real close. I'm not going to lie. You were real close. I was like, man, what if she actually pulls this off? That would be, I would have to change things. It would have changed a lot that I wasn't prepped for.
I still want the record to show we actually went the entire session before we got to the stabbings.
You did. The previous group went 5 minutes.
I mean, I killed somebody a little earlier on, but they didn't know about it until the end of towards the end of the session.
Yeah, we did not get to mass stabbing until the end of the session because, again, nobody knew that somebody died.
It's true.
That's my story.
What were the chances that the one person the Minotaur was going to talk to was the one person I killed? She
had a different icon and like a pretty icon and a different color ring around the token.
There's
and
like
everything.
3 people with pretty icons, all right?
I know, and all of them have something different. And she was the only one in a tent up on a hill. Like
she wasn't in the tent; she was standing outside the tent. I pulled her into the tent.
That's true. You did pull her in before you fucking murdered the shit out of her.
Yeah, slit her throat.
Yeah, Fredbin has not noticed what you have done yet, so there is this is still a vomit-free zone. Soul, how are you? How's your boy?
Good. Good. Zaroka right now is simply still standing behind the barricade and wondering what's the other team doing. And he's sort of like wondering if they know that the mission objective is to get the dragon and not kill everybody.
Absolutely not.
I mean, like, how do you get the dragon without killing people? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean, don't you kill people first and then you do the mission?
Yeah, the missions are way easier when there's no one's alive.
Yeah, exactly.
Zaroka is hoping
he's not wrong.
He's hoping that Kaylin's persuasion is going well right now because he doesn't know what's happening on the other side.
I mean, I can testify. I have played myself multiple an Assassin's Creed game. murdered everyone in the encampment before I actually started going around looting things because it was just easier that way. So, I mean,
It's fine.
is
Just
it
know
though?
that I kind of went willy-nilly on throwing in stuff. I probably should have found and used a CR calculator, but I didn't. So this is either going to be really easy or real hard. To be fair, I get steamrolled a lot with my encounters, so this might be a hard one. But you already killed, one of the people that was going to be extremely difficult to overcome. So congrats, you saved yourself some trouble up on the hill. Because stuff was gonna happen up on the hill. Stuff was gonna happen, and now it's not going to. Um, but yeah, let's jump on. And unless anyone had anything to add before we get started.
Do we all get our DM inspiration since we kind of collectively?
You did. Yeah, everyone get that DM inspiration because it was pretty much everyone getting in position and negotiations last game, but I feel like everyone did it well.
If I've used 2 DM inspirations, how many should I have at the moment? I currently
3.
have 3 listed. Yeah, okay.
You should have 3
Perfect.
because I'm taking notes per session, and this is now session 6.
Gotcha. Just wanted to be sure.
Alrighty. So, I think it is time for just stop. Everyone to roll initiative. I'm getting accosted by my cat right now. I don't even know what she needs.
Do I still get that surprise attack from the beginning from last time?
Yeah, because you're kind of gonna be jumping out. I mean, they're kind of ready for it, but I'll let you have that surprise attack.
Yay.
6 piercing. Well, hold on. 24. Who's doing the surprise attack and jumping on who?
Oh, me. I'm going to jump on the Minotaur.
All right. Let me see if a 24 hits.
Oh, no. That was that was just me testing it out earlier.
Oh,
At the
okay.
beginning. Yeah, I didn't attack yet.
Okay, I was like, yeah, I guess a 24 would hit.
Yeah, cheat. Yeah.
Must say, we're gonna have a lot of problems if that doesn't hit.
All right.
You're level 3. Sorry, you're level 4 now. I'm not gonna be that mean.
Nat
to you,
20.
probably. Hey, nat 20. Where is Xander's token? Jeez, with the 25 initiative. No way. So I'm rolling separate initiative for my good and my bad NPCs, and I was like, I'm gonna roll with the one that has the higher dex, and I got a natural one. So that's
Miz, your initiative
bad.
is ridiculous. +9. Jesus Christ.
Oh no, that one was only a +5, so they've got a 6 total. It's fine.
That's because the feat I have alert on. That's why.
I was about to say, I figure you have alert, yeah. Because I see, because when
Abby, I am literally not going to do anything this turn. It's besides just like sort of watching gauge the situation.
That is totally fine. All right, so hold on. Let me roll for the baddies.
I messed up. I forgot to select myself, so I rolled a 28 for initiative for when we start the first round, but I forgot to select myself.
That's fine. I will add you. I was just about to triple check. Boop. Add turn 28. So you go ahead of Xander's natural 20. Let's.
yes, not
Everyone except for my good NPCs is rolling fantastic on initiative. Well, I guess
that just means they get to run up and die quicker.
I rolled a 7.
I mean, who knows? I we'll see if my laptop can handle all of the stat blocks and stuff I have open right now, because they're not all going to be thugs. Hey. So, Miz, what do we got here?
So I guess I'll move myself. I'll go right behind the Minotaur. Attempt to stab him. I'm assuming this is a miss. I rolled a 15 for my first strike.
15 does miss.
All right. I'm gonna take my offhand weapon. Huh?
So you do have inspiration.
That is true. What's up? That's I can re-roll, right?
Yes. So with my inspiration, you can choose either to re-roll the d20 or you can add a d10 to your roll. Your choice.
I'll just add a D10.
Hit me with that D10.
8. So 23.
23 hits. Man, I would be a real asshole if I didn't let that hit.
You should have just said that misses anyway. Just to see the look on the look on my
Just to
face.
stress you out a little bit. Just be like, 23? That's it?
Well,
that
you make it sound as if I don't have 3 other characters waiting in the backlog.
It's
a mood.
fine. All right. What's that damage? Is it the one that was rolled up here, I guess?
Yeah, so what was that? That's 12, I think. The top right, I think.
12. All right. Yeah. So you do your sneaky thing, get right up behind the Minotaur as he is not really paying attention, not expecting an assassin to just pop out of nowhere and fucking stab him all sneaky fast. And you just hear him bellow out in pain.
Then I'm going to take my offhand weapon and attack him one more time.
Do it.
But
18.
18 just hits.
All right.
Alright, so we have an idea of, we have meta knowledge now. We know where his AC's at.
Well, you're gonna have to swing hard. Like I said, this Minotaur is wearing full plate armor.
It's going to be 10 damage.
Another 10 damage. Not a bad surprise round. Let's see. Okay. So, I mean, I don't think was Zeroka gonna do a surprise round? Was Kaylin ready to do a surprise round, or was Kaylin still trying to kind of talk?
Oh no, Kaylin saw where this was going, so she's just like, cool. Oh look, there he is. Mr. Stabby, punctually on time as per usual. So she's going to very promptly just wait for the stabbing and then hit that mofo with she's going to summon her sword and hit him with Eldritch.
Blast. Get him.
Yes. So I'm also going to spend one of my DM inspirations, and I'm going to I rolled a 7. So that would have been 13. Plus 9 is 21.
That hits.
8 plus 9 would have been 22.
I mean, it is over 18. What is math? I don't math.
Math is so hard.
We have the shiny math rocks, but it doesn't mean we math. You know,
Look,
right?
I sell shiny math locks for a living, so I have to math all the time. All right,
I've got them right here. I've got them right here. I'm ready. The dice that I bought, that Yoko bought me, technically. They've served me well.
Good.
All right, Eldritch Blast. What's the damage?
Lucky number 7. As a callback to the
7.
accent I was rocking last week, you bastard.
You really were.
I just got so mad because I wanted to slip into the southern so bad, but it was just like, no.
Absolutely.
But, Mara is going to very promptly reach out into the ether, grab the sword, give it a twirl, and lean around Miz and just fling the Eldritch Blast to the other side. It took you long enough.
All right. Anyone else want to do anything? Because Xander, you kind of can see, just barely peeking over the edge of this, you can see your companions attacking this Minotaur leader down there.
Xander was still all in on trying to keep the facade up, but as soon as he sees attacking, he's like, "All right, here we go." I mean, if you allow a surprise round action,
Why not?
I'll shoot my bow from this tent if that's cool.
Yep, do the thing. I might as well. Let's have some fun. This is about fun. It's a game.
Just because of the angle and stuff, I don't really feel like I could get a good shot on the Minotaur from here, so I'm just gonna shoot this guy that's like right here outside, that like a straight shot from the tent.
All right.
Ooh,
You got that nice.
Actually,
I mean, this is a free round. This is free real estate.
It is,
you lose
but
nothing by not hitting.
It is, but I actually had already meant to. if it's okay, I had meant to do my steady aim anyways, which would have given me advantage on the attack, as long as I don't move, and I didn't plan on moving regardless. So
Go ahead. I factored in the sneak attack for everyone.
yeah, cool. So let's swing that again.
That's why there's so many special
That's a little
tokens.
better. It's a 15 on this guy.
15 doesn't hit.
No.
Inspiration.
Inspiration and 10.
We had-
this
we
is
You
had-
because
help me, so I help you.
it's this looks like a little nobody guy. I ain't gonna waste my inspiration on him. So yeah, I'll just little arrow just goes pew out of the tent and just kind of goes
Yeah.
over this guy.
It shoots right past him into the horse pen that's kind of on the west side and shoots right next to this horse who's kind of trying to find little like weeds and stuff to graze on, and there is now a very panicked horse just kind of like bucking around, losing its little horsey mind. It didn't get hit, but it was very scared by it, and now there's like sounds and stuff, and it wasn't a fan. All right, Zeroka. What are you doing? Everyone gets a
So all
turn.
Zeroka's actually just gonna do is just sort of peek over to gauge the situation. What is he seeing right now? From where I am, can I see over? I don't know if I.
Yeah, you kind of are able to like pull yourself over a little bit. You are, I don't think your strength is 0 or anything, so you're able to kind of pull yourself
Yeah,
up,
it's a 12.
look over. Yeah. And you see people beginning to panic just a little bit. The horse is, freaking out. That is drawing more attention. So now attention is kind of split a little bit. They had gotten the signal from their leader to go ahead and get ready to attack. Weapons were drawn. But now the attack is not coming from just the front gate. Xander has alerted to an additional threat. So now they're kind of panicking a little bit and looking around. You have not been spotted yet, though.
Gotcha. Am I allowed to move my toe? I don't know if there's a
Yeah.
wall right here. Just
It's
a
difficult
slightly over-
terrain. Yeah,
here we go.
just consider that difficult terrain.
Cool. So so I see there's like how many enemies? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right next to me. So Zeroka's gonna sort of wait until there's a better clearing to move. But he's just going to sort of drop down behind this tent right here.
Okay.
While these guys are all focused, on the fighting that's going on. And he's just gonna sneak around there and just in the back right there, just stay in this area while taking the hide action.
Hide action. Fantastic. Give me a stealth roll.
Sure.
Putting little colored dots on everyone so that 'cause some of them just don't stand out that much against the background.
Let's go. Nope.
Oh no. Hold on. Let me get some d20s. Let's see if anyone in that close by vicinity notices you. No.
No one?
I just rolled 4 d20s. And I'm not about to look at all of the modifiers. I got an 8 as the highest, so y'all might be good if that's how I'm
Holy
going to be
shit.
rolling tonight.
Wow.
Yep. I didn't even use my shitty dice.
Wow.
It's fine. We're just getting that out. We're getting rid of the bad rolls. So you are
Sweet.
now you feel hidden. I mean, nobody's really noticed you yet. Everybody's panicking. The horse is over there making noise. Maybe they got disadvantage,
Can I see I can see the dragon from my location?
No.
No?
You
Okay.
have when you kind of got up and onto like the wall right there, you were
Uh-huh.
able to see over all of the tents and like the wagon and everything. So you see what you were told about over there, which looks to be some kind of cage or crate that is the only thing in the area covered by blankets and like tarps and stuff.
Gotcha.
So pretty good bet. And I think Fred Bin's little spies confirmed. I don't remember. This feels like it was eons ago.
Yeah, Fredbin's little creature things told us where the dragon actually was.
Yep. Did you want to do anything else?
Nope, that's it for me.
Fantastic. Top of the order. Miz, again.
All right. I'm going to go in for a third time. I'm going to pull out my blade from his body and then stab him one more time with the same blade I just pulled out.
Yeah, this guy's having a bad day. Let's see if you can hit him.
Minotaur
Alright.
pin cushion.
Where is it? There we go.
Now I want to make a mixed drink called the Minotaur pin cushion.
Yes, do it. Oh
Light alcoholic
no.
dark
Oh no.
That's
Oh no.
oh no.
Um, Can I use one of my stored up inspirations to reroll?
You can. So I don't like being a DM that punishes natural ones because then everybody's scared to roll. So it's more of your pride gets wounded a little bit. You go to stab him, and just all of the blood that is dripping off of your dagger or your sword, it kind of slides across his armor in a way that you weren't ready for, and you almost lose your footing as he kind of like jerks his arm back and it just slides off of him.
You gently caress his chest.
Yeah. Your other hand, as you're like stabbing, your other hand just goes, oh.
Well, since I do that, while I have the dagger in the other, the short sword in the other hand, I kind of take it and I kind of caress him and I kind of like smear the blood on his chest. And then I look at him and I use cut in action to disengage and go back.
All right,
so
I'm out.
Yeah, peace. And oh fuck, what's going on? All right, yeah, I'm gonna move here. There we go. What the fuck? Okay, I'm moving back. I don't know why I moved all the way up there. Let's see.
Do you have the movement to go that far? You ain't.
30 feet.
Where did your toe? Oh, you went over there. Okay. Xander.
It's me, Xander.
It's a me.
So I got a general layout of this place and where people were. So I know that there are people like over to my right and stuff. So what I am gonna do is okay. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm going to fire an arrow at this guy.
All right.
I'll steady aim to get advantage on it.
All right. Give me that.
Yeah. I think that hits.
26 does in fact hit. let me see some of that damage.
All right.
This guy's beginning to panic, hearing whoosh.
So the damage is going to be we're gonna go roll and then also roll. Sorry. So that's gonna be 10 plus 4, 14 damage. No, wait, 18 damage. I don't know where that 4 came from. 18 damage.
18 damage, a huge chunk of his HP. And this time he's like turning to see where that first arrow came from. And as he turned, you just got a wide open target as he's, trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. Because did you put on a disguise or were you just disguising your voice?
No, I remember I used the comb to give myself her hair, and I was disguising my voice with a lip balm.
Yeah, this guy's just looking up and he's like, what the fuck? Ew.
All right, so you can interact with like stuff or like non like items on you for free, right? Like once per turn.
Yeah,
It's a
pretty
free
much.
action.
What is it that you're trying to interact with?
So my free action, I want to just literally like close the tent, like just like
I
pull
will
the tent
let
together.
you close the tent.
And then as my bonus action, I pull out the coin of darkness to make the entire inside of the tent just pitch black.
There is now just a pitch blackness inside of this tent.
Yeah. That way anybody who comes in there don't know where the fuck I'm at.
Do you have the means to see in magical darkness?
No, but whenever it's my turn, I'll just put the coin back in and then attack.
Sweet. All right. now it is the bad NPC's turn. Yay, there's a whole lot of them. But it's okay, maybe. So first things first. This Reckoner is going to kind of charge forward a little bit, and as he's going forward, he suddenly takes, instead of charging that last 5 feet, you notice he doesn't really have his weapon drawn like you thought. Like, he's got a big old long sword, and at the last second he sidesteps. And I'm going to need both of you, both Kaylin and Miz, to make a dexterity saving throw as he casts Lightning Bolt.
Oh no. We're in danger.
Oh.
I'm in.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
19.
19. So a 19 does save. So that is going to be, the 19 saves. The what did Miz get? A 9.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh no.
That does not save. So Miz takes the full 23 damage. Kaylin only takes half, which is 11 damage.
Oh shit!
And
So that's bad.
that's bad?
I only have 24.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. You also
You see how
have
concerned?
friends here.
Do what?
The power of friendship is stronger than you think, okay? In my campaigns, a little bit of NPC love goes a long way, all right? It will benefit you greatly. And as the Minotaur shoots this, he bellows, "You've made a horrible mistake crossing us." And it's Zeroka's turn.
Didn't you cross us first?
I mean, you guys attacked first, right?
He was getting ready to attack us. It was just preemptive.
Let him have his monologue real quick. that was his little bit.
He had been practicing that.
Yeah. Well, no, I did not practice.
Zeroka's still not going to move this turn. He's just going to wait until these guys, because he does know that they're.
Oh, wait. I had all the other bad NPCs to move, didn't I?
Yeah, okay,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. So I'm so sorry. I was just like, doop ba doop, that's fine. You have gone unnoticed. So this big guy kind of up near the top, he is going to charge towards the tent. He does not get all the way there, but what he does do is pull something out of his pocket, and it looks like a little torch, and he kind of clicks it a little bit, and he chucks it at the
Nice.
tent. So
Love
the tent
that.
is now on fire with Xander inside of it.
Love it.
And you see, well, Zeroka, I'm gonna let Zeroka do most of the seeing. The rest of you are kind of busy. Xander sees absolutely nothing. He sees magical darkness. So he does
smell
not
it.
see anyone advancing. Hold on, what is this guy's movement? Okay, this guy is going to dash, so he is going to dash all the way up to there, so he is a little bit closer to the entrance, so he can try to attack on his next turn. This guy over here that was kind of near the Minotaur, but didn't really do anything. He's like, "I got you back, boss!" And going to just charge at you with his little axe, straight at Kaylin. Straight at Kaylin. And he's gonna try to do. Sorry, he has a mace. He's holding a mace. Does a 16 hit? I don't have your sheet open.
It would, but where is that? No, that's coming from my thing. You can't see it because the things and stuff. Like there's like a bright ass flash of light from her glove as a shield pops into existence. So no, it doesn't hit.
Yeah, you see him trying to like swing at it, and he's like, "Oh, let me try again, boss." But it's not. He gets one attack per turn, so he's gonna try again on his next turn. And Zeroka is still hold on. Let me see if any of them notice, as they're all kind of panicking. Okay, one. I got a 6, an 8, an 8, and an 18. I am not even joking. Like, these dice, my Mara dice was the one that rolled the 18, though. So this guy right here with the fancy blue trim on his token does notice Zoroka,
Wouldn't I
but
have to roll against that though? Because we already rolled the
oh,
first time against the hide.
well, you did the stealth.
Yeah. But so when I did the hide last time, that was like we rolled the first last turn to see if they would notice me, and now since it's a
You're
new
right.
turn, wouldn't I have to roll to see if I'm still hidden? Or
You're right. Yeah, give me another roll. It'll probably be fine. Probably.
right, we'll see. Well, you said that one guy got an 18, right?
Yeah, because like they're kind of looking around to like see what's going on. Because suddenly there are just arrows flying, and now the horse is
Yeah.
freaking out, and
It's on fire. It's crazy.
yeah, there's like fire
that one
going
guy sees
on.
me. One guy.
Yeah, so these guys don't notice, so they're all gonna go and start like darting around to get past the tents and everything. And what is their movement? I'm gonna just plop them right there. They're kind of trying to like dodge in between all the supplies around all of these tents that are kind of in that circle. And you see the guy that noticed you with his flowing blonde hair, this tall, kind of like a little bit taller human man. He's got like a little bit of a beard, I think, based on his token. And he kind of steps forward and off to the side just a little bit and says, "How many more are you sneaking around out here?" As he draws his sword. But he is going to hold his action and wait to see what Zoroka does. So there's one NPC with a held action. And let's see here. This guy is going to move forward. The one that Xander keeps hitting. No, what he's gonna do, he's gonna duck into this tent and hide because you just hit him for a lot of damage, and now he's scared.
Little baby.
Yep. And then that leaves only one more up north. As a little gnome kind of scurries out of this tent, like he was kind of peeking out. Now he's out of the tent, and he is searching his pockets for something. And having a hard time finding it. Now it's Zoroka's turn. My apologies.
All Zoroka is going to do this turn is he's going to look at the guy and he's simply going to say, as he notices him, "You're making a terrible mistake with this one." And he does cast Blade Song. So right now, I'm going to cast Blade Song, and my armor class is now a 20. It's just straight 20. And my speed. Sorry, give me 1 second. So I have advantage on acrobatics, and I have a +4 to my Constitution saving throws. And my walking speed increases by 10. So my speed is 50, all that. So I'm going to literally take out my blade and run up to him and try to stab him.
Alrighty. Give me that roll to hit.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to take out 2 of my short swords and try to hit him. Well, actually, only once because I already used my bonus action to use Blade Song. So
yep.
Give me 1 second. So let's see if it's it. Probably not.
11, unfortunately, does not hit as the man that you are attacking whips out his sword. You do see that it's a rapier.
All right.
And he doesn't parry it, but blocks it pretty easily. Anything else you want to do?
On this turn, let's see.
Music is a bop.
Oh, you know what? Actually, yeah, I'm gonna play around with this guy. I'm gonna use, since I have mobile. I'm just gonna like fly up right over the barricade and move around.
Okay.
Away from him.
Well, I mean, that prevents him from doing his thing as you kind of leave, but you have mobile, so like even saying, "Oh, that activated his thing," I feel like that wouldn't really be fair. You feel the air whoosh past
Oh shit!
as his rapier just slashes much faster than you thought it would, as you kind of dart in, attack him, and dart back as soon as his rapier is swinging at you, and you kind of like do a little dodge, and it
Nice.
goes right past you. And
Do I sense any magical properties from what he was about to do?
No,
Okay.
but it did trigger his multi attack though, because that was his held action. So he's just gonna chuck his dagger at you as he pulls out another dagger, but that's a natural fucking one. Thank you, auto roller. That's a natural one. So I'm pretty sure 5 doesn't hit.
No.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's right. Your hold action actually does beat the because it's not an opportunity attack. So yeah.
no, and he was throwing the dagger, so it's technically a ranged attack.
So what you're saying is I could pick up a free dagger. No, I'm joking.
I mean, if you go and find where it ended up flying off
Not in
to
the
in
middle of
the
this.
woods.
Well, yeah, I think I'm good for now. So I'll stay where I am right now and in my turn.
All right, so it is time for the good NPCs. And you all hear over your sending earrings as Fredbin kind of steps forward. He's just like, oh dear. Do we have to fight? Are we sure? Are we absolutely positive there is no way to peacefully resolve any of this? Please?
Too late.
Free action to respond.
Too late. We tried.
Right. Well, and you can hear the panic in his voice. Like, this is not what Fredbin was hoping for when you all came out there. What he is going to do is Kaylin was the one trying to talk the most, so you're gonna get hasted. So Kaylin now has haste. Which yep, your speed is doubled. You got a +2 bonus to AC, advantage on dexterity saving throws, and an additional action on each turn. So you fast as fuck, boy. Lightning fast. And let's see. Zeroka is the only one that really sees, since Xander is in burning darkness and the other two are outside of kind of the fence, so they don't really have a line of sight from everyone. You see one of the guys appears. He kind of like is going around the tent trying to just take the fastest route. He suddenly just falls over.
What?
Like he got hit by something. And you see him grasping at his neck. And you realize there is now an arrow sticking out of his neck.
Shit.
And he is kind of panicking, grasping at it, and trying to figure out what to do. And his buddy, who is kind of like right there next to him, is just like, oh. And you see him kind of jerk back as an arrow hits his shoulder, only inches from where it would have been fatal, and begins to panic as well. Zeroka, give me a free ass perception check.
All right, sweet.
Natural 20. Anyone else not paying attention or only paying half attention would not have seen that the arrows are coming from the woods over in this direction, not from Xander. It looks like it might have been from Xander if you had
Can you
less
that?
trade.
Sorry, I think the reason why I can't see is because it's dark. Because I'm technically.
Let me just take off the fucking dynamic lighting. Actually, can everyone see everything now?
Yeah, I can see the top area. Yeah, I can see
Here we
everything.
go. Is that better?
I can see I can see like most of the map, but
Can you
there
see
it is. Now I
everything?
see
There we go.
everything.
There we
Yeah.
go. Fuck the dynamic lighting. Everyone knows what it looks like at this point.
I wonder why when you ping, it hides over that dynamic line. Weird.
I I don't know. Roll 20 does what roll 20 does. But yeah, you see from over kind of to the east side of the camp, there are several tall trees over there. And that seems to be where the arrows are coming from. Whereas when the other guy was a little bit closer to the horse pen, it was very obviously coming from the tent
Gotcha.
direction. So there is a second person just kind of shooting from afar, and you realize you have not heard from Jess, who seems to be focusing on something right now. And that may or may not be just sniping people. So, you've got some injured baddies, one fatally injured, and down. Let me give him a little X. He's bleeding the fuck out. And this other guy that was right next to him is pretty hurt. Like, it was inches from his heart. He is bleeding heavily. And that is it for the good NPCs. Kaylin, sorry to make you wait so long. Oh my gosh. Please do your thing. The bottom of the order. I'm sorry.
No,
you waited. Maybe the haste will be worth it.
She says kind of like, and she is just going to promptly take the blade and just be like, guess what I can do now? And she's going to attack the asshole in front of her because she can. Now, I do need you to double check my sword, the fancy one, to make sure I can actually use the effect, just in case I do roll a natural 20.
Okay, roll.
I don't
and
remember
let's
if that's
see. I'm
activated or not.
Up.
It was not a natural 20, but that is going to be 22.
22 hits. Are you trying to get the human or the minotaur?
Oh, the minotaur.
Minotaur, absolutely. Okay. Do you have a 10-foot range?
Oh, not the minotaur. The dude directly in front of me.
Okay, the human guy. Yes, the minotaur has still got a little bit of a space buffer right there. He wasn't trying to get right up in your face and then cast.
Yeah. So that is a grand total of 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. That hurts as he kind of like flinches back. He says, I'm good. I'm so good, boss.
And then,
this guy's very enthusiastic.
Because we are, because I took that feat, she's just gonna kind of just smile evilly and goes, "Do you hear the ringing?" And she's going to she's just going to like put a palm out at him and cast Toll the Dead with the extra action from haste.
I didn't look at your sheet well enough.
No, that's
great,
fine.
Though.
Toll the Dead, make a Wisdom 14 saving throw.
Again on the human? Or the minotaur? The human or the minotaur?
The dude in front of me.
Okay, the dude in front of you. Wisdom saving throw. That is a big fat 6 total.
So because
he's not the wisest.
Okay, so because he has taken damage,
Pretty sure that makes it a D12, right?
Yes, it does.
I love Toll the Dead. Love.
Toll the Dead.
The sound of a. It does. The sound of a dolorous bell rings out. Or does?
Oh no, absolutely not. We're going full Looney Tunes. It's the top of the food dish comes out, and just a spoon out of nowhere just hits it, and it just starts ringing.
Yeah, you see his head go.
That is going to be another 8 points of damage.
Oof. Still up. He's still up.
Probably.
He is hurt, and you can tell his ears are ringing. He's kind of like staggering just a little bit, like oh. Anything else on your turn?
She's just gonna
Love that for you. Miz, back to the top.
Is he within 5 feet? Yes, he is. Okay. I'm gonna move up. That's the arrow. Miz is gonna kind of go around right in front of the minotaur, and he's gonna pull out his short sword and attack him again. And should I have sneak attack? Yes, I do. All right.
Wait, how do you have sneak attack?
Because another enemy is within 5 feet. Right? That works.
No.
I mean, another ally next to you is.
Yeah, you need.
Well, he does. He has Kaylin next to him, so he's good.
I thought it was 5 feet.
Is
doesn't
okay.
it
You
mean
don't
next to
need
the
advantage
enemy?
on the attack roll if another enemy of the target is within 5 feet of it.
Oh yeah, so you don't have it because
So
Kayla's
you
not
don't
next to
have
you.
the sneak attack. So Kalen is not within
Excellent.
5 feet of the Minotaur. The human is within 5 feet. You would get sneak attack on the human guy that
I'm
is
sorry,
overeager.
I keep thinking, so my brain keeps thinking of enemy as in like another enemy, not an ally of me, not an enemy of my enemy. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I can be of that same mindset sometimes, but no,
I have no
unfortunately.
clue why they worded it like that, but
Yeah, I kept thinking like enemy as in like another enemy of me. All right,
Unfortunately.
I'm just gonna use my short sword on it then.
Okay. Yep. That 20 hits. For that 5 piercing damage as you slash. You are a skilled little rogue, and you are picking and choosing and predicting his movements so that you are able to slash at those opportune spots right in between the joints of his armor. And you do see a little bit of blood starting to trickle from the. You've inflicted multiple wounds at this point. Anything else?
Miz is gonna use cunning action to disengage and move here.
You got it. Xander, you are in total darkness, and you start to hear a crackling sound and get a little warm. Well, just
Yeah,
a little toasty.
I will pocket the coin to make the darkness go away.
You can
Just as
see
just
flames.
that'll just be like a free, just pocketing it.
Yep. Yeah.
And seeing the flames and stuff, I will use this to my advantage. I'm gonna cast a spell, I think.
Ooh.
Yeah, I am going to so I have a spell. It's silent image. It says you create the image of an object and all that stuff, but it also says you can use your action to cause the image to move. Can I do that as part of the action of casting it? Like, can I create this image and have it be moving like initially, if that makes sense?
That's so weird that they're so vague on that, because I'm reading it. I feel like it would be really freaking weird if you weren't able to move it when you cast it. So we'll say you cast that and it's doing its thing upon
Okay.
casting.
So what I'm wanting to do is I'm wanting to cast Silent Image to make a copy of the girl whose throat I slit, and I'm going to, like, as soon as I make it, push the tent like slightly open to make it look like she runs out on fire and falls to the ground, and use that as a distraction to go out the exit that I carved into the back and be hidden. If that makes sense.
Yes, give me a stealth check.
Okay.
Let's see how stealthy is. You just hear from the front, oh no, what did I do? I didn't think you were in there.
That's going to be a 26.
26. So you are kind of up on that hill and crouching down with the altitude advantage. You have the high ground, Anakin. Nobody sees you.
I was going to go ahead and do my whole move, if that's okay, and kind of work my way around here. 35 could get me here, going out of the tent, back at the tent.
Yeah.
So I am now back here hiding, so that no one knows where I am.
Absolutely. And with
And
that,
just a
good.
flaming body, in front of the tent. Just looks like I want to make it look like she like flailed and like hit the ground and is just like burning to death. Like,
Yeah, her face is twisted into kind of like a silent scream, because there's no sound, but the
no.
convincing crackling of the flames behind her, as this whole tent is now just about up in flames. The guy that lit the tent on fire is in such a panic, he is not questioning why there are no screams out loud. You picked a good guy to fucking fool. This guy looks like a total musclehead. by the way. Big old bald guy, no shirt, bulging muscles. You picked a schmuck.
Nice.
Big muscly schmuck. And with that, it is the bad NPC's turn. And you hear the guy that kind of got shot the second time down over here yell out, "We got a sniper! They're firing from everywhere!" He's just kind of like panicking now. And everyone is just kind of like joining in that panic, looking around, trying to figure out who is where. And so Zaroka's is he flying above the fence line?
Yeah, he's flying above the fence line.
Okay, some of them are going to turn and look at you. How far are you from some of these guys? You're like 60 plus feet, and then there's a little altitude. I don't feel like doing math, so that's going to be. So you got two of these guys kind of turn as they're looking. And so these two both pull out crossbows, heavy crossbows. And they're both going to try to hit you. But a 19 and a 6.
Both miss.
Both miss. They do both miss. And let's see here. The other two that are fine in that little cluster right there, they're going to kind of like look back, look at the blonde guy, as if they're kind of looking to him for approval. And he kind of makes a motion with his head. And these three that kind of looked back are going to move on forward and try to help their boss a little bit. But these three don't have melee, so they get kind of right up to the gate right there, and they're readying their weapons, ready to attack whoever comes close next.
They were looking at this guy?
They were looking at the blonde guy down that Zaroka
Down here,
that had
gotcha.
noticed Zaroka. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So kind of
What-
in the southwest corner.
Or what
in
does this one kind of look like to be doing? Is he directing or anything? Or
I'm so glad you asked, because you see him crack open a vial of something and do a little spin. You see dark liquid splashing on the ground as he begins to chant in a language you are well, hold on. What languages does Xander speak?
Common, Draconic, Dwarvish, Elvish, and Thieves' Cant.
No, you don't know what language he is speaking in, but it sounds like a foul language of summoning. And you hear him call out, "I got the sniper!" And as he finishes up his little incantation, in front of him, what looks like a humanoid-ish figure begins to form. And it looks like it is made out of shadow, and it is quickly gaining details as it is like coming up from the ground and being summoned. And you see it has a just grotesque demonic features that are becoming more defined. Wings unfurl from its back that seem to fade into shadow, long claws, and its lower half seems to just fade into shadow the closer to the ground it is. This is every little bit like some kind of shadow demon that is very scary looking. And the little guy points into the woods. Not directly. Zarok is the only one that saw where those arrows were coming from. So he points in that general direction, more a little bit north, because he's just kind of making a guess where the arrows came from. And he says, "Go find whoever's shooting out there." And this shadow demon kind of gives a little bow and flies quickly towards I think that was his movement. It was something like his movement. Towards the trees. But you now have a very not fun foe on the battlefield, but it seems to be occupied with someone that none of you see. And going back over to the Minotaur and the human that are engaged with you, the Minotaur is just, he's not fond of taking damage like this. Let's see. What he is going to do is there an angle? He's gonna kind of shove his human companion over there out of the way, and he's gonna cast his last lightning bolt. So the good news is Kalen's got advantage. So let me get
Half
another
damage is still damage.
half damage is still damage. Let me get some more dex saves.
Oh boy.
Natural fucking 20.
Yes. Come on,
So
Miz.
22.
Oh no. So Miz takes 22 damage, and Kalen takes another 11.
A little too
Okay.
close for comfort now.
Yep.
Are Miz and Kalen still?
I'm still
Technically.
up. Yes.
I have a grand total of 2 HP.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
shit.
this bolt crackles, but you also see him kind of shake his hand, and he is breathing much harder now, and you're not sure he has any more of those left in the tank. Looks like he's kind
Yeah,
of
but he can still hit.
exhausted. He can still hit technically, but looks like he just fired his only big shots at you. And he's actually going to go ahead and take a step back as he tries to catch his breath. And I'm gonna, if Kaylin wants, she can absolutely make an attack of opportunity.
I will 100% make an attack of opportunity. Let the dice gods be kind. Wait, I'm not. Why am I rolling 2 dice? Like
It's just one.
that was so close to another natural 20. No, this is 7. So 25. Yes.
You rolled a 7, and it's a 25 total to hit.
No, it's adding 7 to it. I said
Okay.
it was close to a natural 20. It's an 18.
Okay, yeah. So as he kind of is stepping back and motioning for his buddies who are rushing to his aid to come up, you get one real good slash in. How much damage?
Max damage 11.
Hey! So he is looking not great. He is breathing hard. There is blood coming from in between the joints of his armor. You all have just been looking at those little joints, just getting them. And he's taking a lot of damage. Which is good
Not
because
enough,
cut off the head of the snake and all that. Zeroka, you are floating up there to the west. What's your plan here?
So who's looking at me right now? Which one of these guys?
You got Blondie
Yeah.
down here.
Okay.
And this guy is panicking because he's got an arrow lodged in his shoulder, like it's all the way through. And he looks like he's too much of a squeamish fellow to pull it out himself. And these two are kind of like looking around, and they're looking at you, and they're just kind of uncertain. But they do have their crossbows out still.
Okay. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm just going to simply use 40 of my 40 is this guy. I think he's like 40 feet, right? And just like fly. Oh, he's 35 feet from me. Okay. So I'm gonna use the rest of my movement to dive back in to him, and I'm gonna cast Shadow Blade.
Ooh.
And so I conjure up another blade from my left hand right in front of him. And then I look at him and I give a smirk. And then Zeroka says, "Prepare yourself." And he does 2 consecutive slashes against the individual. In the first one, well, actually, I don't think I can do it on the first one. Actually, let me see. So attack my.
Let's see.
I can't. So attack. I can just attack with my Shadow Blade right now. So I'm just gonna attack with the Shadow Blade this hand around. So it's gonna be a 2d10. I mean, just 2d8 if I hit. 18.
18 hits.
All right, so 2d8 damage. 13 damage he takes.
Oof, yeah. He didn't like that because that's psychic damage, right?
That
shadow?
is, it's, I don't know what. Yeah, it's psychic damage. That's correct. Yeah.
So he flinches, like, both back from the blade trying to block it, and then you see him kind of like jerk and one hand go to his head, and he says, "What kind of bullshit is this?" And he looks very upset that you have hit him with some kind of magic sword that he knows nothing about.
I
But
then
yeah,
look
that
at him and
hurt.
I'm like, prepare yourself for another one. This is going to be a fight you won't forget.
All right. He is kind of glaring at you right now, reassessing some things. He is trying to prepare himself.
And also, sorry, for the rest of my movement, I am actually going to fly 10 feet up.
Alrighty, you fly
With my
10 feet.
mobile. Yeah. And that's all I'm going to do.
All right, it is the good NPC's turn. Fredman is seeing this big old shadow demon go, zipping past towards the trees over there, and he says, Jess, do you see that there's a whole demon thing there? I believe that's a shadow demon. And you just hear Jess, I know what a shadow demon looks like, and I'm very aware of what's happening. And Fred Bench says, good. And he seems to be not sure of what to really do with himself. But you see what happens here is suddenly flying out of the tree that Zeroka had seen the arrows coming from earlier is a firebolt. Let's see if it hits my little demon. It sure as fuck does, with a 28 to hit. And you see the demon just yell out in pain in a language. Let's see, they speak abyssal and telepathy. This demon is just yelling out in this foul language in pain and squirming in the air as as it's flaming for just a moment. And you're pretty sure Jess is doing something else, but the rest of you can't quite tell what it is. Zeroka's the only one with any kind of line of sight. And make another perception check.
Sure. 6.
6. Oh, you have no
Yep.
idea what Jess is doing. No idea. Let's see. What is Fredbin gonna do? He's gonna say, I think I can possibly help a little bit more. And he is going to cast, hesitantly, just very cautiously, just like you hear him say the verbal and do this just very like, oh, like he doesn't want to do it. Ice Storm is what he is going to cast, as a 20-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder of rock hard ice. Suddenly begins to hail and pound the ground right there, surrounding the Minotaur and the 3 humans that were coming to his aid. So let me make some dexterity saving throws. That's a failure for our Minotaur. First human next to him fails. The one on his other side fails, and so does the last one because I am rolling hot garbage tonight, y'all. Hot garbage. Not a single one of those was over 14. Hot garbage. Hot garbage. Garbage, you might even say.
Argio.
Garbaggio. But for all of his, hesitancy to cast this spell, it does a whopping 6 damage because, like I said, I'm rolling hot garbage, for damage. So, oh wait, 2d8 bludgeoning and 46 cold damage. Okay, so they do take more than that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boop. So they take 6 plus 16. That's a 4, 4, 4, 4. Sorry, that's 4 4s for 16 damage. So you see, are they still up? The Minotaur is struggling now as he is chilled. There is ice forming on his armor, and he is breathing hard, trying to like break free some of the ice that is making it difficult for him to move. And all three of the humans over here that also failed are also struggling as they are being pounded with this hail. Momentarily, it's not a concentration because he is concentrating on haste. Let's see, and that's going to be the good NPCs. Kaylin, what you got? You are hasted, and you just had a big old ice ball weaken all four of these guys right in front of you.
Yeah. If they're struggling against it, does that mean I get an advantage on an attack roll?
Let's see. Ice storm. Creature takes 2d8 bludgeoning damage and 46 cold damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful. Hailstones turn the storm's area of effect into difficult terrain until the end of your next turn. You don't get advantage, but anyone that enters like a 20-foot range over here is going to be doing some slipping and a sliding. I don't know. Is that
Okay,
like 20 feet? 20. That's 30 feet. This small. Something like that. Something like that. Fredbin was hesitant.
So just to confirm, where is the dragon thingy at?
That is back over here. And you do see. Would you even be able to get there?
No, she wouldn't see it. No. Kaylin's going to go. I am currently excessively. She's going to like kind of say into the earring. I'm currently excessively very fast right now. If you give me this damn item that teleports the cargo, if you give me the thing that teleports the cargo, I can put it on the cage and get and transfer it out really really quick.
Who's coked out Kaylin? Who's coked out Kaylin speaking to?
No, Kaylin's like probably either Fredbin or Jess. It's like if you give me the thing that teleports the cargo, I can run in there and go put it on the cage to just teleport it out, rather than having to sit here and fight every single party. Just I can get in and out very quickly in order to remove the thing.
And you hear Jess back over the communicator. Yeah, you have to teleport with it. I haven't actually transported anything using that as big as the cage, but I'll see what I can do. You have no idea where Jess is.
Oh, absolutely not. She does not. She has no care of where Jess is.
Okay.
Well, in that case, Kaylin is going to toll the dead on the Minotaur.
Do it. He's struggling.
You make the save, not me.
Oh, you're right. I was just so ready for you to kill this guy. That's a wisdom save, right?
Yep, 14.
When I say dog water rolls, I can screenshot this wisdom save of a big fat 6.
Nice.
Dog water. It doesn't matter. I'm using an auto roller. I'm using physical dice. Like they're all rolling garbage. It's
so that's for the Minotaur, right?
Yes, that was his wisdom save. Was a big ol' 6.
Cool. In that case, he takes 9 points of damage.
All right. How Looney Tunes are you gonna make his going down?
Literally, a anthropomorphic bunny is going to appear out of nowhere.
So in Kaylin's coked out mind, this is what she's seeing.
So the bunny comes out of nowhere, walks up to the Minotaur, and just goes, "Hey, buddy, you look a little stuck. Here, try this. Try this hat. It should help protect you." And so the Minotaur takes the hat, and because you can't say no to Bugs Bunny when he's being nice, he puts the hat on, and he just goes, "Hey, gotcha." And cracks him over the head with it, and it vibrates him so hard, like, just turns him into like a mini drill, and he just kind of falls into the ground.
Yeah, so everyone else
Of this.
everyone else sees everything but the bunny. So this is the image that your psychic damage is projecting into this Minotaur's head as he makes this motion like he's putting something on his head, and then he's just grasping his head as it seems to be shaking, and he collapses to the ground, eyes rolling back into his head.
Oh boy. Cool. So. Oh boy. So for the purposes of haste, can I cast 2 spells? Considering I have a second action.
Yeah, so you can do 2 spells on one turn as long as one is a cantrip. And you just did a cantrip.
Yep, and we're gonna follow. Well, considering your rolls have been great, well, once I can get the game to relaunch,
Yeah, I've been rolling fire, let me tell ya. My Merit dice is the only one rolling anything good.
Oh, actually, no. Old boy who's over here, minding his damn business.
The overhyped man that was so eager to help his boss. Yes, the human.
Yeah, him. We're gonna hit him with another Toll the Dead because it worked so well the first time.
All right, let's see. So that is a wisdom save. Okay. Well, it can only roll bad for so long. That is a 19.
Oh no, you finally did it.
Yeah, so you turn and cast this. You're at like hyper speed, and this guy looks over and sees his boss go down. He's like, I'll avenge my boss! And he does not go down. He seems to be like resisting it. You see like a vein bulge in his forehead as he's like, oh, I'll get you back for this. He's way too hype.
Yep, and so what Kaylin is going to do, she is going to promptly move. Wait, I need to figure out what the fuck.
You do have your full movement.
Well, yes, but she's specifically going to get like just out of his reach. Specifically for the purposes of making it mad. Actually, no, she's going to come like right around here-ish.
Okay.
So hopefully the dude comes straight for her and is just like, can I introduce you to my friend, Mr. Stabby? He has a very specific set of skills.
Yeah. So Kaylin just zips to the other side of Miz. Miz, it is now. Oh, go ahead.
No,
sorry.
No, she just looks at Fredben and she goes, "This is great. I'm going to need you to never do it again."
Fredben's like, I really am not a fan of violence, so let's just hope I don't have to do it again. And you see like a little bit of sweat forming on his brow, and he just looks nervous, like he is not enjoying himself at all. Miz, Kaylin just darted behind you. What you got?
Miz is kind of in a really bad shape right now, but he draws out his short bow because he doesn't seem like he wants to get too close at this moment. He's gonna attack that the Doug right here that I'm kind of highlighting over and over. He's gonna pull out a short bow and see if it hits.
All right. I will remind you, I believe everyone gets at least one healing potion on each mission. They do not stack, but I self-administering a healing potion. I like to rule that as a bonus action. Administering it to someone else is a full action.
Oh, in that case, since I didn't realize it was a bonus action, can I go ahead and heal myself?
Yeah. I realized I probably should have specified or reminded, because if we went over it, it was probably in like session 0. Which feels like it was a year ago.
It was a year ago.
It was last year. But yes, a 20 with the short bow does hit for 5 piercing damage. And you see it hit, and it hits hard. This poor over-enthusiastic lad just wanting to impress his boss, probably some kind of fucking thug intern. You don't know. He has too much energy, too eager to please, but he is bleeding real bad right now. He's not doing great. And he's like coughing up a little blood, like, I'll avenge my boss!
Miz just cracks a smile, and as a bonus action, Miz will take a potion. One potion.
Calculate
Was that?
the
What is that? 1d10, right?
Healing potion in 5e. It is 2d4 plus 2 hit points.
Okay, 2d4 plus.
I should have it just printed out somewhere at this point. I have a DM screen. I just don't fucking use it because we're all digital these days. I don't think it actually has it in, but yep. Okay. How much healing did you get with that?
6.
6 healing. Yep. Anything else on your turn? You still have full movement.
Miz will just move here and in this turn.
Okay. Xander, you're at the top. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna ask, where is this guy looking?
This guy, the one that just summoned the shadow demon and sent him weirdly away from you and everyone that is visibly attacking your friends, just to, off into the ether, into the woods. He is looking at the shadow demon and kind of like trying to shield his eyes from the sun a little bit as he's looking around, trying to figure out where this threat is coming from. But he is very small. I don't think I moved him last turn. He's kind of jumped up onto this little log, just to get that extra foot of height. So now he's a whopping 4 feet high.
Cool. So he's looking like off in this direction.
Yeah, so he's not looking at you at all. He's looking.
So he has no
west or
idea I'm
east.
here.
Absolutely not. You are stealth. You are the knight.
All right. I am going to use my bonus action to cunning action to be able to dash.
Okay.
And actually, I may be able to do this without doing that. Hang on.
He's 25 feet away from you exactly.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want him to see me coming. So like I'm going like that's doing that. What I just did, it would be 35 feet, and if
Okay.
he's looking off this way, he like wouldn't see me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like he has no idea I'm back there.
Absolutely. You have snuck up
Cool.
right up behind him. Fast as fuck. Silent.
Fast fuck, Roy. All right, cool. I will attack with advantage since he has no idea I'm here. So
I mean, I guess
yep.
you've got like sneaky boy.
I actually googled it last turn just to make sure that is how that works. Okay. Yeah, I was like, if they have no idea I'm here, then I have advantage on the attack.
Okay.
So I am still. I know that's a 16. I'm still going to use inspiration. Anyways,
You don't need to, but if you want to,
I'm gonna re-roll it. I'm trying.
hits.
I'm crit fishing right now.
You're crit fishing.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna stop you.
All right, 23.
23
No crit.
absolutely hits. No crit, but that definitely hits.
Let me take an inspiration off. I was gonna do my best to try and like one shot this guy, but
which is smart because if you had kept the 16, he was gonna cast shield. So you did yourself a favor. I will say, not a wasted inspiration.
So that's going to be that. I don't know why it did it twice. That should be 11, and then I don't know why it's rolling everything twice.
Yeah, it's rolling a lot of numbers, and I'm not sure which one.
I can tell you exactly how much it was. It was 19 total.
19
it was 11.
Total. Okay.
The attack did 11, and then the sneak attack did 8.
Okay. Yeah, it is showing weird. It's showing like 4 attacks and roll 20.
I don't know why it's doing that for some reason, but yeah, the 11 from the Revenant double blade scimitar was the slashing damage I did, and then when I did the sneak attack, it did the 8 down there at the bottom. So it should be 11 plus 8 would be the 19.
Okay.
Yeah.
That hurts him very badly. That is a chunk of this poor little caster's health just gone, but he is still up.
Gotcha. All right.
Just make a concentration check for that summon.
And then I will still got bonus since I didn't use it to dash. I am going to
What else you got? You still got movement.
I'm gonna pull that coin back out as a free action. And so now I've got there's 15 feet of darkness surrounding me and this guy. And as my bonus, I will go ahead and use cunning action to go ahead and dash, I guess, and just will kind of work my way around him. Can I?
Well, yeah, you've already done the dash as your bonus action, so you still have some movement. You went 35 feet, so you have a remaining 20.
Well, I said I wasn't going to do that because I moved. My speed is 35.
Okay.
Yeah, so I didn't have to do it, but I am doing it now. So as a free action, can I take the coin out and just drop it so that it's laying on the ground?
Yeah, because that makes it all dark and shit, right?
Yeah, so now the darkness is going to stay where I was, but I am going to move with my bonus action like right here. So I'm like right on the outskirts of the darkness, but on the other side of him.
I have given you all an OP item. What's done is done. What's done is done.
When I saw that coin, I was like, I can use that.
You know what? This is for fun. It is not me versus you, so let's see, 15 feet. So, bloop. That's a 15-foot circle now on the map. This guy has no fucking idea what's happening. He just got stabbed in the back out of nowhere, and you hear his little gnomish cry of pain as he yells, "What the actual fuck?" Ah! And then it's suddenly dark, and he's like, "What is happening? Everywhere!" And you are right on the edge of that big old blob of darkness.
Love it. That's my turn.
All right. Bad NPC's turn. So the big guy that was freaking out over the woman that was burning with your silent image is gonna try to start patting her out, and his hands just go right through her. And you hear from up on this hill, "Wait a minute." As he's waving his hand through it 5 more times to make sense of this. He's like, "That ain't fair." And he's gonna turn and look around for a moment, and just see all this darkness. And Xander is just out enough of it that he is going to rush over. But what I'm gonna say,
I specifically wanted to stay in
right
the
on the
darkness.
edge.
Yeah,
Okay.
I wanted to stay in the darkness. That was my goal. So
he is going to kind of go over to the edge of it, and he's going to say, "The magic guy, where'd you go? Where'd you go?" And he is going to kind of start wandering into the darkness, waving his hands around, and you just hear, "Ow, stupid mother! Just what are you doing?" As his hands make contact with the little guy. You see the smack as he smacks his companion in the face. He's like, "Oh, there you are!" And his I wasn't trying to move the circle, but his action is going to be to kind of drag the little guy out. But you see the little guy is now under his arm, kicking and just "Put me down, you big oaf!" That is going to hinder his movement and his next attack that he's going to try to do. And you know what? He's technically being restrained, so he can't do much. So your darkness has just hindered their spellcaster guy. You do see, as you kind of glance over, that shadow demon has disappeared into the trees, and you do hear a clash coming from that area. And it sounds like it's also moving a little bit further south. But you no longer see the shadow demon. But it does sound like there is an engagement of some kind, and you hear claws against steel. So at least you don't have to worry about that guy right now. You do need to worry about these two, Zaroka, as they start to charge over. But the blonde guy says, "One moment, me first." And he's going to try to attack you first.
He's attacking me with a bow as I'm 10 feet up.
The blonde. Wait, did you float back up into the air?
Yeah, I'm 10 feet up in the air.
He is going to whip out some daggers to throw at you. So he's going to throw 2 daggers.
Okay.
I don't think 11 or a 13 hit. And he says, "Ugh, fuck this. The boss ain't gonna be happy if we lose here. Fire everything you've got." And your little chuckle just pisses him off even more, and the 2 guys that he is telling what to do fire their crossbow at you. Dog water. Total of a 12 and a 5
Simply just
to hit.
prance around in the air, dodging each blow.
Just infuriating them. Infuriating them. The guy that got hit by Xander's bow earlier, he's finally fished out of the downed guy's pocket a potion, and on his turn, that is what he is doing, is taking that potion real quick. So that is his turn. Where have all of my d4s gone? My cat probably took them. Wow, I rolled 2 ones. So he heals 4 damage. So literally 2 ones on that. Cool.
Wait, he only healed for 2 damage?
Yeah, so
Oh,
I
wow.
rolled, because it's 2d4 plus 2, so I
Yeah.
rolled 2 ones plus
Oosh.
2. I'm like, I'm picking these straight up. 2 ones. I can't. Let's see. The guy that Xander kept hitting is going to cautiously kind of poke out of the tent, and he's going to look around. Xander is hidden. He is going to fumble for his crossbow, but he's pretty shaken, so he's on the next turn he'll do something. But you've got these 3 over here plus Mr. Eager Pants. So these 3, do they have enough movement to get to Miz? Let's see. They've got just enough as they... No, they don't. So they start slipping and sliding on their way as an attempt to get to Miz. But because the whole ground is now difficult terrain, they get a little bit closer, but not all the way, and they already had their melee weapons out, I believe. So that's all they've got. And Mr. Eager Pants, however, was outside of the hail that is gathered on the ground. He is going to charge up to Miz with way too much confidence for his abilities, as he swings his mace for a 10. But he does have a second attack, and a 22 does hit. So someone is finally landed. That is going to be 7 damage. As you see this bloody, beaten man in front of you, just kind of like stumbling and getting you with a lucky hit on Miz. And I believe that is all of the bad NPCs. Zaroka, you are in the air, taunting these angry men who've just said something about their boss.
I just literally look at the blonde-haired man, and I raise up my shadow blade with my dagger this time around in my main hand, and I'm just going to swoop down and strike at him with both of them. So I'm going to attack first with my my dagger. I mean, my not dagger, my short sword. And let's see if it hits. 14.
14 does not hit.
All right, and the Shadow Blade, 15.
15, unfortunately, also misses.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I after missing, I just simply fly back up around 10 feet once again. And this time I'm going to sort of move around right here in between the encampment, just so it's like I can lead him into here. I'm assuming that's where he's going to go, but yeah. Yeah, I'm going to end my turn.
Okay. All right. I just realized I had the initiative wrong, and Kaylin she rolled a 7, and the good NPCs rolled a 6. So Kaylin should have been going in front of the good NPCs this whole time. So
I know. I noticed. I was just like, whatever. It doesn't matter.
I'm sorry. I was just scrolling through it and didn't realize, Kaylin, it is your turn, not the good NPCs. That is my bad. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I'm tired. If you can't tell.
It is. So Kaylin is going to. She's not going to tempt fate. Eldritch blast that ass. Because she healed a grand total of 7 points. That is a 23.
Oh, absolutely. And you're blasting over Eager Guy? Yeah. Just finish him. Finish him. Give me that damage. It's going to be real hard not to kill him. Please.
Did a grand total of 6 points of damage.
Oh, yeah. You Eldritch blast his ass. And as he kind of like staggers backwards, he's like, "Boss, I'm so sorry!" And you just see like a single tear fall down his face as he looks at the downed Minotaur with just heart-wrenching sadness as he fails his mission and falls to the ground. You've still got movement and bonus action.
Yep, Kaylin is just gonna. You fought well, and you died just as well. She still has an unfortunate lack of HP. But is going to move here. Because there is a Fred bin right here.
There is a Fred bin there. You can almost audibly hear his knees shaking. You kind of glance back and you don't see it. He's trying to hide it under his robes, but like he's very upset about this fighting.
And she just, as she walks by him, she just kind of pats him on the shoulder. Fredwin, please go. Oh, this is a horrible idea. This is such a bad idea. I have to do it. Cool. So we're not gonna move there. Because we are instead. Oh, this is such a bad. Oh no! How long does that? Can I make an Arcana check to see how long that frosty thing lasts?
Till the end of his next turn. So because I corrected the initiative, it's starting to fade. Do you want it to fade? It's unfortunately still there.
We're gonna do dumb stuff. We're gonna do such dumb stuff now.
You know what? Fuck it. It's gone.
Cool.
Let's do. I like some fun stuff.
Yes, this is such a horrible idea.
I want to hear it.
Is going to, yep. Kaylin, you just see, well, quite frankly, Fredbin and Miz, just black wings sprout from her back and cover her, and then she suddenly just teleports directly where the Minotaur used to be. And for the fun fact, because I use Blessing of the Raven Queen, I now have resistance to all damage until the start of my next turn.
You sure do.
Yep.
You sure do.
This is a horrible idea. Because, yeah. So Kaylin is instead going to quite promptly just stroll her way actually into the keep for once. Do I see the guy on my right? The one by the dragon?
You know what? Let me roll. He was probably panicking back there trying to hide. Give me a perception check right quick. The DC, he rolled pretty fucking low.
It's a plus.
Oh yeah, no, he rolled like a 7. Dog water. The DM can't roll tonight. It's fine. Everything is fine.
Cool. Kaylin is going to still full Looney Tunes mode because this is not what's gonna happen whenever she's just going to one and just blast specifically to keep out of this dude's range. And she's gonna hit the dude by the dragon cage with another Eldritch Blade.
Eldritch Blast. What you got?
I need to stop using this dice. I rolled a 19.
Yeah, roll some damage.
20. Oh well, it's a yeah.
Yeah.
That's a D10, and the good dice lords say 10 points of damage.
Oh yeah, he is like, you hit him, and just the force of it, you see him cough up a little bit of blood because I think he's already gotten hit once. Because I have damage noted on him. So he is not happy about that. He was trying to lay low and like stay out of the fray, and you just came at him and just started blasting.
Obviously, can I see the Dargan?
You see a cage covered in like blankets and shit.
Oh, right. And as she's dealing with him, she's just going to, Fredman, if you can do me a favor and send one of your friends to the Minotaur to see if we can get the key. Thank you.
Okay.
And that will end my turn.
He
Blessing
says,
of the Raven Queen is so stupid. I love it.
yeah, you just like booped over there, like fuck everything, I guess. That's fine. He says, yes, absolutely. I've already, got them right there, so I'll do that. And you hear like a little skittering sound, and you hear little tippy tappies on the plate armor of this Minotaur as his little mechanical servants start searching for the keys on the boss. Let's see. And Fredbin is going to kind of glance around, and he's going to say through the communicator, wasn't that their boss that you took out, though?
What?
The Minotaur, wasn't he the one leading everyone? Should we, do they know? Do we think they would stop fighting if they knew?
I mean, maybe, but we wouldn't get nearly as much experience if we didn't kill them.
This is milestone leveling. I'm leveling y'all so fucking fast in this campaign.
You can certainly try. They may. If you want to just shout that the Minotaur has fallen, surrender now and see what happens.
He puts one of his the wand that he had out goes back into his sleeve, and a different one comes out, and he kind of like taps it on his hand and clears his throat, and when he speaks he kind of holds it up to his mouth like a microphone, and his voice echoes not too loud, just like an announcer like speaking through multiple loudspeakers, but it's not ringing in your ears, as he says, your attention please. We did take out your leader, so we will have mercy on anyone who would like to take this time to surrender. We did not come here to kill everyone. We just came here to rescue the cargo. But your leader is unfortunately possibly dead. So if you want to give up, and you hear Jess through the communicator, that part about the mercy is going to be a lie. And Fredbin's just like,
we're not allowed to kill everybody. Denimir told us not to.
Yeah, but witnesses.
And they know about the dragon, and they know about us coming and getting it. So they kind of all need to die.
Actually,
Yeah.
Well, never mind.
We can pull them all in the tent that was caught on fire and just say, "Oh, they were having a sleepover and they all burned to death. Oh, sad day." Anyways,
You just hear Jess saying, "Yeah, I kind of am liking this guy a little bit more." Just
The worst
talking
part
about
is
Xander.
The worst part is Kaylin 100% agrees, but she's going against it specifically to piss off Chad.
I mean, I am
Full
not
spite.
going to tell you or force you to not attack. But you do see many of the people start
You gotta
panicking.
murder them all. She
Um,
100% agrees.
and you don't see Jess appear, but you do hear an explosion kind of coming out of the trees over in this direction, and a wailing in some kind of abyssal language. And then it sounds like the fighting in that area has stopped. But yeah, let me roll a persuasion real quick for Fredbin, just for shits and giggles. Yeah,
Oh.
he's got that negative charisma modifier. 13. I think some of the men look a little panicked. I am going to say, so these 3 that got hurt earlier, they're looking around, panicking, and these 3 drop their weapons. And the others kind of look like they are ready to retreat, but it's not their turn. It is Miz's, though. What's Miz doing? You
Is he
see
gonna
your
accept the
foe is
surrender?
starting to give up.
Seeing as he's gonna drop his weapon, I seize an opportunity to attack him again. So I will take out my short bow and target. Let's go with this one.
Yeah, you got a
Oh.
whole cluster.
Yeah, I'll target this one. I mean, it doesn't matter. I can't.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. They're all at the same HP,
All
which is low.
right. I'll attack that one. Short bow. I am not rolling well today.
Is that a 7 to hit?
Yeah.
It whizzes past his head, and you hear it thunk right into the slightly open door to the front here. And one of the guys says, "Please, mercy, we're giving up." Their teeth are still kind of like chattering from that ice storm that had them real fucking cold.
Miz is just gonna prepare another bow, and he's gonna end his turn there, waiting for another attack.
Okay, so he's holding his next attack.
Yep.
Okay, Xander, you see these guys looking like they're starting to give up.
Yeah, Xander steps out of the darkness and sees what's all going on, and he notices the gnome over here being held by the guy. And you said he's restrained right now, right?
Yeah, so the big guy didn't quite realize what he was doing, but by restraining him, this is just a big human man. Like, he is probably 6'4", 6'5", a lot of muscle, not a lot of brain. Just kind of picked up his little gnome friend and is holding him under his arm like he would hold like a sack of potatoes.
Free advantage, got it.
Yeah, basically.
Xander casually just walks up to him and is like, "Thanks, now he's more my height," and attacks.
And you just hear the big guy, "Oh," as he's like turning to look at you like, "What the fuck?"
25.
Absolutely hits. It would hit anyways.
9, ignore all the other numbers. 9 plus. Clear all. 9 plus 9, so 18.
18. What's he at? You just see him start coughing up blood, and he's like, "You idiots! You've just made a powerful enemy. You don't cross us and live." And the big guy's like, "Yeah, what he said."
There you fucking lived. All right.
Barely. He is barely hanging on. I'm keeping track of all their HP.
Fuck. Okay.
Oh wait, no. As he goes down, that's what the little guy says as he falls limp. I was looking at the wrong thing. I am so
Okay.
sorry. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
You
That's
said
fine. No,
19? You said 19?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, you did 2 more damage. One more damage than his HP had left.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so as soon as he like says that we make a powerful enemy or whatever, I'm just like, shut up, and I slice again and just completely just decapitate him, send his head like flying over this way.
Big guy's like, "Hey, my little buddy."
And I just look at him like, yeah, you may want to give up, like they were saying, like as he's holding the decapitated corpse of his friend. Blood spraying all over his face. Love it. Anyways, still got like movement and a bonus, so
You sure do. I don't think Big
Xander's
Guy's
gonna.
gotten hit.
No, he hasn't. But Xander's gonna like just kind of ignore him. Like he, at this point, he's just like, yeah, he's like I said, he's gonna be like, you should just probably give up. Like we just said, your boss is dead, your spellcaster's dead. Like we kind of got y'all figured out, so whatever. And he's just gonna like turn around and just start. He moved 1, 2, 3 steps, so that means he's still got 20 feet. So he's just gonna start like wandering down this way, like
Make
not
me
even.
a persuasion check.
You got it. I'm on. That's a 9. That's fine. Whatever. Wait, would that not be
9.
more intimidating? It's the same thing, anyways. But
Yeah,
yeah,
whichever.
it's the same. It's the same thing. It's a +2, so it'd be 9.
Okay. The big guy kind of looks down at his decapitated buddy, and he's like, and he looks like he's about to start crying. And he says, "I'm gonna tell the big boss on you for what you did," and still holding his friend who's just bleeding from the nub of the neck that is left. He kind of reaches into his friend's pocket, and you don't quite see what he pulls out, but he runs just a couple steps down, grabs the guy that you had shot multiple times earlier because he's right there, and there is a flash of blue light, and both of them disappear, leaving behind just a little bit of the gnome's blood. But they're gone.
Is it their turn?
Yeah, after you, it's the bad NPCs.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Okay. Sorry. I thought. All right. Anyways, I didn't know if I was going to do a bonus or anything, but it's fine. I don't think I had anything.
Oh, I'm
bonus
sorry.
No, you're fine. I don't really think I had a bonus or anything I really wanted to do.
Okay, that's my bad. I thought you
No,
were
it's fine.
done.
It's okay.
All right. The blue flash of them disappearing kind of caught multiple people's attention. And you see the guy, Kalen, that you had just attacked, and he kind of is looking around in a panic, and he reaches into his pocket and seems to be grasping something, and he also says, "You're gonna regret this." And with a blue flash, he also disappears. And the blonde guy that Zeroka has been fighting takes one step back, kind of glances back at the one guy that's still left that got shot in the shoulder, kind of nods his head. That guy runs forward, and he pulls out what looks like a weird, not smooth, but like a disc-looking thing. And it seems to be covered in arcane runes that look like a teleportation rune. And all 4 of them also.
Can I say something before they leave?
Yeah,
If they're
go
trying
ahead.
to leave. So I look at the blonde man and I say, as I sheath my blade as he leaves, I say, "Your name?"
Oh man, I didn't think of his name. Oh my gosh.
I don't know.
He says, "Jonathan."
So I look at him and I give him. So I look at him. I give him a bow, and Zeroka says, "Remember my name, as it will peer throughout the land, and I'll be known as the man who strike down every single enemy. The name is Ms. Juno."
You give him Miz's name? You just gave him Miz's name? I love that. Make a deception check with advantage real quick. Because that's fucking hilarious. Please. Please roll well.
Oh shit!
Was that a natural 20?
It was.
I think I even believe that he's Miz.
Yeah, poor Xander's looking like, oh, I guess I got their names mixed up. Like,
Oh shit! Like, whatever. That's crazy.
amazing. Yeah. There, you are met with an angry glare, but the look of someone who will remember the name of Miz
Junior.
before they fucking disappear. Yes. Let's see. So that leaves just the those three that were already pretty injured. And Fredben's like, right, we just mercy, right? On these there's really no one else left.
Can I
So-
walk up and kill him?
Well, no, Kaylin is gonna go ask them who the boss is first. Ask them who the boss is first.
Yeah, if you all want to, I say they've given up. We're dropping initiative real quick. I will say, as you ponder on your next move as we drop initiative, think on exactly what you're gonna do with what are about to be either 3 dead men, 3 prisoners, three dudes that were left alive. Probably, unfortunately, still alive.
No teleportation stone or anything got taken away from the Minotaur, did it?
Not that you saw.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
So Xander's strolling through, twirling his sword. Miz, you are the closest to the remaining living NPCs. I'm gonna let you decide your next action first, knowing that Fredben is 2 steps behind you.
Holding this bow, this short bow, for a while, so I'm gonna launch it at one of the enemies and strike him.
Okay.
Do I have to roll for that, or do I just hit them?
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a roll, just in case you crit.
All right, I get a fucking nat 1 again.
No way.
He crit, does not crit the way he wanted it to.
I have not been rolling really well, as you can tell. I've failed all my saves. I have gotten like 2 or 3 ones. I have not been rolling really well today.
That was a warning shot.
So the guy you shoot at sees you raising his bow, panics, lets out a very girly scream, which I'm not going to scream into my mic for you guys. You're welcome. And kind of drops to the ground and covers his head. And another arrow, just kind of like of yours, thunks into the wall, unfortunately. Do you have 2 attacks or just 1? I think you're still low enough.
This is a short bow, so yeah, just attack once with 23.
Okay, Kaylin, you would hear Miz continuing to attack and Fredben kind of stepping forward, and he's like, wait, what are you doing? We said mercy. We said we're not killing them. What you got, Kaylin?
And as Kaylin is just sighs, just turns around. Is she still hasted?
Yes.
Cool. She is going to promptly yeet herself back over here and just kind of like, it looks like she's appearing out of nowhere. She's just moving really fucking fast and just turns around at the trio and just goes, they are going to kill you. You should give them a reason not to. Who is your boss and what does he do? And she still has like the blade out in one hand and is just visibly unbothered by them. It's like, they're going to kill you.
Make an intimidation roll.
I think I'm
Wait,
good at those.
so Abby, he missed on a 23?
I thought he said he got a natural 1.
Yeah, that's what you said, Sandy.
No. I said I've been getting natural ones. I didn't say I got a natural one. I got a 23.
Oh, I thought you said you've been getting natural ones. Yeah, so you kill this guy. And his friends are the ones cowering. I thought you said you got one. I'm sorry.
That's what I heard too. So
That's what you said, man.
Yeah, I heard
I was looking at it. I was like, oh, I guess that was an old roll, and I didn't look at the timestamp. Yeah. So the guy he was trying to cower when he saw it raised at you, and he, instead of dropping to the ground of his own volition, is dropped to the ground. But yeah, to the 2 remaining, that. Hold on, let me roll a wisdom save real quick. The one closest to you pisses his pants. The other one is managing to hold it in with a natural 20. But yeah, give me a totally separate intimidation check. That was just for shits and giggles.
Okay. 7.
Kaylin, you can either boost the intimidation or make one yourself.
I decided to make one myself. That is going to be
15.
Mhm.
Okay. So the one in the front was a little bit more bold, but Mr. Pissy Pants back there, not so much. And Pissy Pants says, "I mean, a boss." And he kind of looks at the guy in front of him, who just is kind of like, like, don't say anything. And is there anything else Kaylin wants to do in this moment before something else happens?
The dude diagonal from her is he the one who's like which one was the one that wasn't really intimidating?
The one closest to you, I changed Pissy Pants to a yellow dot.
Cool. So old dude who's apparently not very intimidated, she is just going to promptly reverse her grip on the sword and just stab him in the foot.
Ooh, yeah, he wasn't really trying to move at that moment because he was, he thought he'd given up. Give me a damage.
So that is non-lethal, please. She's just here to make a point. That is 10 points of damage.
How is that supposed to be non-lethal? As you hit a fucking artery or some shit in his foot?
No, she specifically stabs him in the foot, not in the femoral artery. Just nails his foot, and because it's a short sword, she's like she doesn't have to like bend down like she would if it was a dagger. She just kind of just stabs it down and is just holding it there at her side. Would you like to try again? Believe me when I say, my friends do very much want to kill you. I am effectively the only thing standing between you and them, quite literally. Because you know this dude behind me, what his nickname is? Mr. Stabby. How do you think he...
It's fine. Anything you can do is not going to be nearly as bad as the boss.
You said it now.
And almost appearing out of nowhere, immediately to like behind you and next to Miz, you just hear Jess kind of leaning over your shoulder a little bit and say, "You're not going to get very far with these guys, but it's fine. I already know who their boss is." And she's going to kind of sidestep around you. And you see her pull out. You can make a perception check, anyone that's close by, if you want to know what type of sword she uses to slice this man's throat open with.
13.
God, why do I roll well now? 25.
You see that she is not pulling any punches as she slices his neck open with a vicious short sword.
Nice.
Absolutely going in for the kill. And Ms., your weapon of warning is doing that fun little hum. Not going off, not alerting, but just humming like it's like, I don't like this. But you are not directly under any kind of fire. And you just hear Fredben start to panic, and he says, we're not supposed to do that. And just like, turn around, Fredben, if you don't want to see it. Did anyone want to do anything before she slices Pissy Pants' throat?
Can this? I was gonna say, can this be about the time I'm coming up?
Yeah, both of you. Xander would have seen it first, and then Zoroka, so you can both do something before she makes another move.
All right. So right before she's about to make a move, Zoroka calls out, and knowing the unfortunate fate of the man who is simply whimpering, Zoroka then looks at him and says, "Do you have any family members? Anybody you would like to say your last goodbyes to?"
Pissy Pants just kind of looks at you, and he's like, "I've got 5 kids and my wife, and he just looks like he wants to vomit. And Jess is just kind of looking at him and like nudges him a little bit with her foot. He's like, You're like, what, 25 kids? Really?
Any last thing you wanted to tell them before?
Just kind of, as the guy's just kind of like whimpering and stuttering, Jess is looking at Zeroka and is like, the guy doesn't have 5 kids. Look at him. Grabs Pissy Pants' arm and like holds it up, like his left hand, and is like, see a wedding band? Not even fucking married.
Married to have kids, but I digress.
He did say he had a wife, so, lies on lies.
Can I roll an insight check on that?
Absolutely.
As he does that. So let's see. 17.
Absolutely lying, just trying to gain some mercy.
Zeroka sighs and he looks at Xander, who is reluctantly trying to get ready to stop what Jess is about to do. He nods at Xander.
You said she's holding like his arm up.
Yeah.
Can I do whatever I want to this guy? Like, is he fodder at this point?
Yeah, he is whimpering, cowering, trying, like, you see him just kind of looking around, trying to figure out some new way to garner some kind of sympathy or mercy that would allow him to live. And you just see additional pee pooling on the ground.
Like, while she's holding his arm up in like just one quick motion, Xander slices and it goes through the arm that she's holding up and through his neck. Just like so, decapitates him and cuts his arm off all in the same motion. And as he's doing, he's like, chose a long line of work.
You all hear the sound of this man's blood splattering loudly on the ground as it spills, and Jess is still holding up the remainder of his hand, but the rest of his body has become detached from it. And then you hear the splattering of more liquid as behind you, Fredbin has staggered off, braced himself against this tree, and started vomiting.
And Xander, just without even like saying another word, fucking like does that like kind of anime cliche thing where he like jerks his sword really quick to get all the blood off of it and sheaths it and turns around and starts rummaging through the Minotaur.
Yep, that does not get all of the blood off of it. Come on.
I know. I don't care. Hang on one second. I'm sorry, guys.
Jess kind of walks over, and knowing her better than Xander, you see, you're good. Actually, I'm just gonna wait a moment. This is just gonna be a moment because Xander's still looking. Did anyone else want to say anything in this moment while we're waiting on Ian? Anything inconsequential?
Kayla just sighs heavily, and we tried. And by we, I mean kind of. Well, time to raid this place.
Yeah, Xander's pretty much just going to be start rummaging, specifically looking for one of those teleportation stones that the others used to see if the Minotaur had one.
Okay. You give me a investigation check as the little creatures, the mechanical creatures, that kind of know Jess more than Xander, hold up the key for the cage to Jess, but not you, unfortunately.
That's fine. I'm not. I'll just kind of like whatever. I just kind of like shoo them to like give the key to Jess as I'm looking with a 17 to find out what else he's got on him.
All right. He has a small bag of money. He's got 20 copper, about 30 silver in it, and 10 gold. He has oh my goodness, I closed out the tab that had it. A long sword. Where did his thing go? He was wielding a long sword. It looks like a regular one. You do see holy symbols on his armor, but it looks like his longsword was what he was channeling his magic through. You do, after a minute, find what looks like one of those teleportation discs, and you do see that there is a big blank circle in the center of it.
Just with basic like knowledge of how these work, does the blank circle in the middle mean it doesn't go anywhere, or like what does that mean?
It looks about the size of it looks like it. Make an Arcana check, actually. Anyone else who wants to, like, is Zeroka right there watching?
I am.
Okay. Oh, also,
Okay.
Kaylin, I'm so sorry. Haste drops and you are stunned for a moment.
I've actually got a decent Arcana, but I rolled poorly, so I'm gonna go ahead and drop a DM inspiration on that one. Roll again.
Okay.
That's better. 18.
18. The way Xander's holding it and looking at it, it takes Zeroka a moment longer than Xander. It looks like it is some kind of circle where some sort of identification or verification probably needs to go in the center to activate it. As if this is a personal teleportation disc and not one that anyone could grab because the center runes are missing.
Gotcha. And I don't find anything I feel like could activate it on his body.
You do not.
Okay. And the guy that was holding the decapitated gnome tucked the gnome's body with him, right?
He did not the head, but the rest of the body.
Yeah. That's what I thought. Just wanted to be sure. I almost, when we were still trying to get these guys to talk before she said she knew who their boss was, I was going to pick up the head and like toss it over to them, be just like, yeah, that'll be y'all. Like, but cool. Yeah, that's how Xander will take all that stuff from him. Well, not all. He won't take his armor or anything like that, but he'll take the money and the teleportation stone.
Okay. Is everyone else also kind of poking around, looking at stuff? What's everyone looking at?
Kaylin is well, considering Jess is who she is, she's going to go towards the bundle of tents over here.
All right. Give me an investigation check. If you were looking through the tents specifically.
Investigate! Investigate!
And
21.
what are you looking for? Okay, 21. What are you looking for in the tents?
Money, shit to sell and or trade. These guys didn't seem very literate, so
Yeah, you find 0 bits of literature. No journals, nothing that has been written on, nothing to write on. In one tent, you find a love letter from someone, but it does not look like it has been read very much. Like, it still looks pretty new, like it had been opened and glanced at. It's just a generic love letter. So someone's boo thing got either teleported or dead. You don't know. I'll come up with. Are you looking at all of these? Because this is going to take a moment to look at all of these.
oh, she's just gonna start going down the.
Okay. What's everyone else doing? Because that's going to take a moment.
I have something like real quick, very specific. I want to do. Once he's rummaged through the Minotaur's body, Xander is going to like walk back into the center of the camp and pull out his. No, he's not going to pull it out. He's wearing it, but he's going to like lift up his magical arrow necklace and be like, 75 feet. Search. So it should find me the strongest magic within 75 feet of where I'm currently standing.
Let me look at 75 feet.
It should be the whole camp. I did like a quick little circle around just then.
Like the initial ping of it, it starts to like arc towards Jess, then just zooms in, like really wants to jump out of your hand at the Fred Ben, who is kind of like coughing up against the tree after vomiting. And unfortunately, when you have a higher level wizard near you with lots of magic doodads and everything, not all of them combat oriented, like you saw with his voice projection wand and his storage jacket and stuff like that. He does have a lot of magic trinkets and
It was
stuff.
like Xander's like, God damn it, 50 feet, search.
50 feet goes to Jess.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure there's nothing in the camp that might be worth.
Yeah. It goes to Jess. Like, I feel like for a moment, does it ping magical items or magical people?
It literally just says, yes, An arrow-shaped pendant with a blue gem that points at the strongest magic around.
Okay. Yeah, like it momentarily kind of like boops at Zeroka, but then it's focusing mostly on Jess at 50 feet. You're getting the idea that in this bandit camp or whatever it is, everyone was already kind of packed up, so they probably had most of their valuables in their pockets and or would not have anything too valuable in a place like this. This is an in-between type
Yeah.
place.
I got you. Does it focus, just to get a little bit extra information, does it focus on Jess herself or like a weapon she's got or items or...
Do you want to get close enough to do
Yeah.
that as Jess is working on the locks?
He will... Okay, I'll tell you what. Xander will go back to once he's done this. He will go back to the dragon's cage, and but will be inconspicuous about it. It will be like he's coming over there to just check on the dragon. But while he's over there, while it's active still, he'll kind of see what it's pointing towards.
It points directly into Jess's chest, and make a wisdom check.
Wisdom check. Gotcha. I have got a 0 in that. Nat 20.
A ominous feeling transfers up your arm that is holding this. And you have never you've pointed a lot of magic stuff. I feel like there's no way Xander has not just wandered through town or down at least one street looking at it and seeing where it points in a magical place like Dragon Glen, where magic and artificers and all kinds of convenience and magic related items are readily available. Just seeing where it pings. It has never given you this ominous feeling. Like, it's pointing directly at Jess's chest. Like, as you started to get a little closer, there was a moment where it wavered and started pointing at weapons, but only for the briefest little flicker. But it's pointing at her chest, and it feels bad.
Feels bad, man.
It feels like something is not good. Something is...
Love it.
It wants you to move away.
Gotcha. I'm not going to, but
it doesn't feel dangerous. It just feels bad.
Yeah,
like ominous. Like,
yeah. Yeah, I will come over, and if she's got the key working on the cage and everything, I'll just be standing there waiting, and like Draconic, I'll just be like, don't worry, my friend, we'll have you out of there in a jiffy.
Yep, you kind of glance in, and Jess has moved some of the blankets, and you see inside is a little baby black dragon, and it looks very, very sickly. Doesn't appear to be conscious, but you can see it is breathing, but with difficulty. Jess is not really paying any attention to what you are doing as she manages to get it open. There are multiple locks, and carefully crawls into this large cave. And just with more care than you would think someone who just mercilessly slaughtered someone in front of you would have, just very carefully cradles the dragon, kind of lifts it, and backs back out, holding it in her arms. Says, I'm going to take this little one to the sanctuary so Gran can heal it. I will call in a crew to take care of this mess and grab any survivors. You get out of here. I don't want anyone to affiliate you with what happened here. Kind of glances around at the burning embers of the tent upon the hill, and the multiple dead bodies. Yeah, the gnome head, just the trail of blood throughout part of the camp. It's not a pretty sight. Faint smell of vomit in the air.
People like coming upon the scene, but like, okay, there's a gnome's head here, but like, where's the body? Like, what did they do to this guy? Yeah, Xander will He'll be like, of course, and he'll step away, and we'll go and try and get a couple of his arrows that might still be in decent shape out of bodies. And we'll also go and retrieve his coin of darkness. He'll like fumble around in the darkness, like, all right, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? And then there it is.
Absolutely. What's everyone else doing? I know Kaylin is still searching, and I will come up with a few things that she might find. What is?
Soroka's simply sitting there, just getting ready to head back since the mission is done.
I'm gonna head to the other side of the camp and start rummaging through these tents, looking specifically for weapons or armor. So this will be a little bit quicker, I think. Maybe, I don't know.
Okay. Looking specifically for weapons and armor, I'm gonna say you find some decent little daggers. Nothing fancy, but just average daggers. They are very sharp. Probably just were sharpened. And they're in good shape. Put down 3 daggers. And you find some leather armor, but unfortunately, it looks like it was an extra set for the gnome. So,
It'll sell.
Say again?
I said it'll sell.
It will sell, absolutely. You can sell that. And I'm gonna tally up kind of who is searching in which tents, how much money and stuff you find, and then I will post that for you all in case you want to split it up. As you were searching for that, what's Zeroka doing?
So once again, somebody did strip her, right?
Nope.
Her
Okay,
body's probably
so-
burnt because it was in the tent, wasn't it?
Yep. That was an illusion. Her body was in the tent.
Well, I rummaged through it. Do I still find anything on her?
You find some gems that look to be useful for spellcasting that you kind of like use one of your weapons and like poke through some of the charred ashes and the cinders. And there's 3 pearls and 2 diamonds worth about 100 GP each.
Nice. I'll take that. And that's all I'm going to do as I simply get back to head back.
As I'm walking around, I will use my comb to fix my hair back to my normal hair, and I will wipe the lip balm from my lips.
Oh yeah, so Lady Xander has been walking around this whole time with like long flowing hair and more feminine voice.
A higher pitched voice. Yeah, and so him being all intimidating earlier when he was just like, "Yeah, you should probably give up." He was like, "Yeah, you should probably give up." But yeah, yeah. So he's gonna keep on looking around for that.
All right. Okay. There's a little bit of, you hear a little bit more coughing before Fredbin kind of regains his composure and cautiously, just pulls out what looks like a gold dragon scale on a chain, which I think some of you saw that or was it just Xander? Who stuck around the last time she teleported out?
We all stuck around, but
We did.
like the rest of us were at like the mouth. So I don't know if we actually saw the thing that she's going.
Okay. So she pulls out the same golden dragon scale covered in teleportation runes that is on a gold chain, and with a blue flash teleports out away from the camp. And Fredbin finally is able to wander in, and looks around very hesitantly and pulls out what looks like a very large pocket watch on a long gold chain from the sleeve of his jacket. And he says, "Well, I don't want to, make you all find your way back home after I summoned you all here for what was he's like looking around and kind of looks at the empty cage where the dragon was, and then looks at all the blood and the dead bodies and still looks a little bit pale and says, mostly successful mission. Would you like a teleportation back to Dragon Glen?"
How far away are we from Dragon Glen?
You all were able to kind of look at the maps. It would take you on horseback, which there's a couple horses here.
Yeah.
It would be hours back by horse to anywhere with the teleportation circle. So, I mean, he's offering you a free teleport home.
Kayla's going to poke her head out. Yes. Give me. Although you could have told me how exhausted I was going to be.
I'm assuming Boss Man will want to have a conversation with all of us when we get back. So it would be it would be probably best if we all showed up at the same time, right? I mean, I could be wrong, but I mean, we need to all be together when we get back. He's talking to Fedman.
I would imagine so, since anything of this importance,
Yes.
he would want to discuss with you. And you see, Nanners finally kind of crawls out from underneath his jacket and just kind of perches up on his shoulder and is looking around and is just shaking his head like, just like disapprovingly at all the blood, but surprisingly unfazed.
Yeah, he'll be like, well, as much as I would love to take one of those horses over there and take a nice little jaunt through nature to get back, we probably need to get back sooner rather than later. So I suppose teleporting would be best case scenario at the moment.
Yes, well, as soon as you're ready, we can go. I suppose I won't begrudge you a few more moments to look at everything. And you see him just still struggling to not vomit. Nanners does hop over to Xander's shoulder, and then you feel him, like the little monkey he is, start kind of crawling all over you and looking in your pockets, not taking anything out, but he's sniffing like, where are the snacks at?
He opens one pocket and is met with a ferret sticking its head out.
There is a scream from Nanners as he kind of like jumps back up onto you a little bit further and is kind of like, I don't know if you've ever seen two cats swat at each other, but from too far away to hit, where it's just kind of like, like
Yeah, I
he
know
does
exactly what
that,
you're talking
like
about.
obviously not actually trying to hit the ferret, but more like, no, don't touch me.
Yeah.
He very quickly realizes if there are snacks, the ferret fucking took them. He looks around and he is going to fly over and start seeing what Miz is up to. See if Miz has any snacks in his pockets. While you're waiting.
What was like there was something else I wanted to do real quick. Xander will just lift up the big ass longsword he took off the Minotaur and be like, "Anybody want a longsword? I don't really use them. It's nice longsword."
Caitlin just kind of leans around the tents and is just like, I don't think any of us do.
Think any of y'all like would really use it? I'll just sell it, and he'll just like throw it over his back, like.
I would like everyone to make a perception check real quick though.
Okay. 19.
16.
Okay. Of the dead bodies, of the things left in the tents you're rummaging around in, of the people that you have fought, all of them had one identical thing, a symbol that you have noticed between all of them. And it looks to be an image of a sun. Most of them have a navy blue bracer on specifically their left arm, and either like more of a cuff or a bracer, and on that navy blue leather, it is a black sun imprinted into it. On the Minotaur's armor, it is etched into it very, very carefully, very finely. This was not a slapdash job that was just painted on there. This was created with that symbol in mind, with that imagery when it was made for him.
Gotcha.
That is what you see
Can I
on
make
everyone.
a history check and see if I recognize a symbol?
Absolutely. Anyone
Well,
can.
well, I will do that as well, but I also want to pick up like a sack or something. I'm sure there's like a sack or something laying around here, right? Like,
You have a haversack.
Oh yeah, we do.
Everyone has haversacks because I
forgot
said
about
fuck
that.
all of the jumbling and the dealing with inventory. Like,
Yeah.
I am not nitpicky enough for that shit.
I specifically want to pick up like either use my haversack or pick up a sack and go over to the Minotaur and start dofing his armor and putting it in the sack. Like,
Yeah. You might have to carry the chest plate. Like, you're gonna have to carry some of the bigger pieces.
that's
Maybe
fine.
string it
That's
together
why I
with some
wanted to.
rope.
That's why I was
Yeah,
trying to talk a sack or something, like throw it all in.
you can make a sack out of the blankets that were on top of the thing. The
Got it.
cage.
Cool. Yeah,
Absolutely.
I'll do that. I do that.
All right. I got an 8 history from Miz and a 15 from Xander. And then what did Kaylin get and Zeroka if you wanted to?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. What about Zeroka?
What's this for?
History check because all of you rolled well enough to notice the black sun symbol on.
I got a 9.
Okay.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna end up messaging Kyo then. She would be the only person that this image means anything to. But know that it's only a vague thing. It's just something she has seen. But I will message you what it is. All right. Anything anyone would like to add as a last minute thing? I will say, in case you wanted to think of anything, we don't necessarily need to retcon because I'm not going to say Fredbin has teleported you out yet. So if there's anything you could think of, anything you want to, you can also think of things to message me if you would like.
The only other thing that I was possibly interested in is like if anyone found like any like locked chests or like anything locked that needed to be that could be lock picked open or anything like that.
Not yet that you have seen, but you have a whole crew of people who could probably pick locks so fucking easy it's not even funny. Like just
That's
all of
fair.
you are shady motherfuckers. Let's be honest here.
You. Kaylin is not shady.
To an extent.
She has had a perfectly reasonable job and experience. She is a she is a bounty hunter. She goes and she hunts shit down. There's nothing shady about that business.
I do want to say, out of character for the other three of you, seeing Xander fight today was just very different from how he normally is. Like, you know, he tries to be like super like happy and smiley and everything. And today he was pretty merciless.
Well, the thing is, the only person who could have seen anything was Zeroka, because the rest of us were outside the
you
gate.
saw
And Zeroka
that.
was in the
I
sky.
sure did.
So
You saw me decapitate a dude while his friend was holding him.
Yep.
I couldn't quite get the right angle on him when he was still on his feet, but after the guy picked him up, it was perfect. Like, pal, you know.
All right, and with that, we will. Oh, well, did anyone else want to say anything? I'm sorry.
anything.
Hey.
And just cut it right there.
And we're out. With that, we will resume next week. I'll give you all a chance to consider if you wanted to do anything. Like you could search more in depth. I'm just not going to promise you're going to really find anything. This does look like a temporary bandit camp. The tents don't look like they've been here that long. Look like they were about to all get packed up. So this was not a place where people stayed long and kept valuables. So I'm not gonna say, hey, and do more investigations. Maybe you'll find a billion secret things. This is a temporary place. But yeah, if you can think of anything for next week, we will resume with that, and then Fredbin teleporting everyone out, and hopefully not vomiting more. Sweet. All right, let's give a little outro. I don't know. Goodbye, everyone, and also Gary. Goodbye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Adios.
So yeah, after that bombing run, I was dropped off in some mystery cave. I am supposed to complete the trial of the Pizza Lord in order to gain the favor of the people here. No idea what that's about, but thank you for listening to this episode of Dragon Calamity. If you like what you hear, send us an email at critsandgrits@gmail.com, or send us a Facebook message. follow some of the people that have supported us so far. Oh, here we go. Clear area. Now you can all hear me better. Echoey Cave. I get it. It gets annoying after a while. Follow some of the people that have supported us so far, like Tithus. You can follow on twitch.tv/Tithus. Becky, you can follow on Instagram and Twitter at SugarPuns. Jess, you can find on twitch.tv/JessPanda, or follow the MomoCon socials on Facebook, MySpace, Instagram, Twitter. Kyler, you can follow on Fishing After 5 on YouTube. Jay, you can follow on twitch.tv/Rush918. And Ducky, you can follow on twitch.tv/DuckyPlease. Yeah, I hope this pizza nonsense is done soon so I can get back and play.